answer could be blowing in the wind. But for now, the crisis engulfing Israel for weeks seems nowhere near a solution. Once again, hundreds of thousands of Israelis took to the streets Thursday to protest the controversial reform of the nation's legal system, currently being pushed through by the government.
Well, I'm protesting against the destruction of the democracy, against the taking of power from the law courts and enabling the government to actually control and have almost unlimited power.
The day of what participants and organizers called escalating resistance to dictatorship began with acts of disruption already before dawn, with protesters painting a red line to Israel's High Court building in Jerusalem, meant to represent the connection between an independent judicial system and freedom of expression. Throughout the day, an increasing number of protesters joined in, chanting, drumming, and many blocking major roads and highways. Several people were arrested. Thursday's round of demonstrations were held after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu rejected a long-awaited compromise proposal by President Isaac Herzog. The opposition leaders delivered their joint statement.
It
took the government 17 minutes yesterday to announce that it was rejecting the president's proposal. They didn't even bother to study it. In their usual way, they told the president he could go to hell too, along with everyone who wants Israel to remain a democratic country. The masks were removed last night. At the moment of truth, it became clear that the government has no interest in negotiations. Netanyahu is weak and he has lost control of his government.
While the crisis boiled at home, Netanyahu spent the day in Berlin for talks with his German counterpart. But at the press briefing, questions about the overhaul rained down on the premier, who insisted his goal is to maintain the balance of power and democracy in Israel, and blamed the opposition for refusing to come to the negotiating table.
You want to maintain the balance between the branches of government, but not to tilt the balance by correcting the imbalance, not to turn it to an imbalance on the other side. These are real issues. I don't deny it. I think if we don't have a partner, we'll try to come up with the best solution. But the answer to your question is, I think we need as broad a consensus as we can. I regret the fact that the opposition refused to discuss it for even one moment. Lacking that, we'll try to give the best solution that we can.
But despite being far away from home, the demonstrations followed Netanyahu, as Israelis living in Berlin gathered to protest the judicial overhaul.